Throw hold is off. We're gonna take off in the safe again. Guys, what a person really wants to see when you're learning to fly an airplane, and I think the same applies to helicopters, is successful repetition. And repetition really does train muscle memory and how to react in a situation where you need to have a knee-jerk reaction. And you're going to have crashes while learning, always, especially if you're pushing yourself. So let's talk about what I just learned, and it's because of someone in the comments that told me what to look for and like how to try this maneuver. So what I've been doing is kicking it out of safe, doing a flip or a loop with throttle on, and then kicking safe back on. And you guys saw that was more of like a circle shape in the air, a bit of a loop. We should all be able to notice the difference in my maneuver here now. I'm going to go same deal. And you see how I didn't lose altitude, right? That was really cool. And I actually did not kick safe on. I'm still out of safe.
Good job.
I recovered that without using safe. I'm still out of safe. And that was throttling down through that. Here's without throttling down through that. See how we go down a lot when we don't throttle down? It's feeling good. Let's see, I'm going for 2, and then I'm gonna lay down from my heart attack. So here we go.
Wow.
That was 3. That was 3. The last time I really tried to push myself in the helicopter world, this happened. I got some cut wires and bent shafts here. So, you know, it was a little discouraging, and I put this back in the box and I kind of just turned a blind eye. And then the Blade Infusion 120 came out. I got it out and I got a little bit excited and encouraged. And so I've got another helicopter, which is really cool. And hopefully by now you guys will have seen my maiden flight. And this has me kind of motivated because it's just a cool looking helicopter, but I want to progress. I want to learn more in the helicopter world. So I picked up a new Blade 230S ready to fly. And I'm going to keep the old one for parts for when the inevitable day happens that this poor little guy crashes. Well, hopefully not. But I thought it'd be fun just to bring you guys with me today, kind of show you my experience. I don't know. I've got 2 batteries charged because I have 1 battery from the old one and 1 battery from this one. And that's what you see me doing here. I've got 2. I actually had 3, but this one, and this is the real world we live in, sometimes these batteries die. I think their storage charge system just drains it too low and kills the battery. And that's, in all fairness, it has sat in a storage charge for over a year probably, and maybe that's why. It shouldn't happen, but it did. So I'm down to 2 batteries, they're topped off, and then these batteries I'm charging for that really cool black helicopter I just showed you. And while I'm waiting on that last battery to top off, you guys can see the current mess. If you, here, this is gonna help me a lot. If you could pick 2 airplanes out of all of these to get rid of, which 2 would you pick? Because
well, this is what I want to know. What in the world is in this Futaba box?
that's to fly my 46% ultimate bike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's my radio that he actually threw in for me to make it so much easier for me. So yeah, I mean, you can pick a baby airplane. You could don't pick the Draco. I'm not getting rid of the Draco. But you could pick something real small. It could be that Banggood jet. Or you could tell me, time to get rid of this. But I'm at a point where I'm struggling.
Everybody wants that.
The Wilga, I know. I'm struggling. I have to pick something, at least 2 to get rid of, because I've got a couple that need to take their place. And yeah, take a good look. Pick an airplane for me. I'm almost thinking the new FMS. I don't know what you guys think.
The shark.
Or,
this one. Wait, where is it?
It's out there in the garage. It's
oh man, there's 2 that look the same.
Well,
plus
that's
the shark.
The 6S Futura.
Oh.
Then you have this Futura, which is 4S. No retracts.
I see.
Right? Yeah, no retracts.
I see, okay.
And then you got the shark. Yeah, I'm excited because we just got done flying the new Eclipse 360 and it actually went pretty well. So it makes me feel like I've got a couple ideas that I want to try to do, pushing myself with this helicopter. It looks good. New out of the box. I've got to put my batteries in the transmitter and everything, and just wanted to bring you guys kind of along for this experience. There's the radio. People ask all the time, can this radio pair up to other things that are bind and flying? It can. The annoying thing is you have to rebind it every time you want to fly something new. Like if I take this radio and I buy an Aero Scout, bind it and fly, I'll save money because I won't have to buy another radio. But I got to go through the binding process every time I switch from my helicopter back to my Aero Scout, then to my Commander, then to my Apprentice or whatever. So it's nice to find eventually a universal radio that has a multi-model memory and you can just easily turn it on and switch between models instead of rebinding. That's on. That works. And this is kind of what I was talking about in the Eclipse video. I don't love the way these helicopters look just because every helicopter looks the same, but I will say I like the way this one looks just because it's bright orange, and even the blades are bright orange. It's very easy to see, and that's good when you're learning to fly. It's a good sized helicopter too, and a good sized battery. These batteries are not too expensive. They're 3S 850 milliamp batteries. That's the one that comes with the Ready to Fly. It's so funny, Ready to Fly stuff now is not really ready to fly anymore, is it? They've taken that away from us, and eventually all companies will have to go along with that new ruling. Well, the ground test, you know, we want to make sure everything moves, the servos are working the way they should. We don't want to touch the throttle just yet, especially sitting so close to it. But as I step back, if I throttle up and that moves, I want to make sure throttle hold works, which I think that's my throttle hold. Yes, it is. So now I can give it throttle and we should have movement for our pitch of the blades, and I don't actually have any spinning rotor here. Okay, I've got my finger ready on my flight mode switch, but we should be in safe to start. Let it spool up some, and then we throttle up and take off. Just want to make sure controls work well, because this is a maiden of this helicopter. Though I've flown this helicopter before, it wasn't this exact one, so I just want to make sure left is left, right is right, forward is forward, back is back, rotation works properly. There we go. Nice. Okay, let's zoom this around a little bit. Up and down the runway. Kind of comparing it to the Eclipse, because that's my most recently flown helicopter. I do like the bright orange blade. I can actually see that in some, like right there under the hill. I can see the main blades really well. The tail rotor stands out, so I can see orientation of this really well. I can see the front of the helicopter really well. Orientation is good on this, and I do like that a lot. Not that the Eclipse was bad, but this one I just feel like I can see a little better. So that's good when you're learning to fly, especially. So let's take it up and try to see how it like rolls and flips compared to that Eclipse that I just flew. We're gonna kick that off. We're gonna forward and safe back on. Okay.
Refresh my memory. How did you crash this one?
Doing something like that. Yep, doing something like that. Pushing my comfort. Okay. And for me, if I'm not pushing it, I'm not getting any better. I'm not learning. So I just want to keep doing that, right? So someone told me to do that, but throttle down when I'm going through the loop. Because instead of eating up this airspace like that, I should not use as much because it's not flying down as fast. So let's try that. There we go, and then throttle up. That was cool because I didn't fall out of the sky. That was more of a flip than a loop. Did that make sense?
Yes.
So what I did was, when I went forward, as the helicopter was upside down, I throttled down. Because if I'm full throttle and upside down, I'm flying toward the ground at full speed. But if I'm at like 0 throttle, I shouldn't be flying down as fast. So if I can do that again, it's more of a flip than a loop. So let's try that. There, see that? I like didn't lose altitude. So let's try that a little lower. Not much lower, little lower. If I mess up and I don't throttle down at this height, guess what's going to happen? Okay? And that's what makes it fun. So let's do it.
Wow, so that's so different.
Flip rather than a loop. And if I didn't do it right, we would have just crashed into the ground.
I've never seen you do it like that. It's awesome.
That was pretty cool. So let's try that backwards. That was one thing that I was excited to try today. Just thought about the whole process. Let's try it backwards. And it actually went up. You see that?
Yeah, I filmed it bad.
I went 0 throttle, so I gained altitude on that one. That was cool. Sure, we can do these sideways too. So that's a confidence builder, let me tell you. That's really cool. Yeah, that's just playing with the throttle. That's cool. I like that flight mode. That's fun. Okay, now here's something crazy. I'm gonna go a little higher, try something similar, but with rotation. Cannot believe I'm going to try this, but I'm going to very heavily rely on safe. So I'm gonna do a front flip or maybe a side flip, but also mix in yaw with that flip.
Is that a bird?
There's a bird out there.
That looks weird.
It's big and just kind of
Hold
meandering
on, I
through.
lost you. I'm very sorry.
Straight up, it's okay. Yeah. So we're gonna try a flip with some yaw. Are you ready for this?
Yeah. Oh my!
Okay, that was just a bad idea.
What just happened?
Well, I just started spinning yaw.
All I could do was zoom out because I lost you completely.
I didn't get upside down fast enough. I tried to give it some yaw with my flip just to see what it would do. And I knew I had safe.
Maybe choke up.
Should we try again?
If I can find you on my
Straight
camera.
Up again. We're gonna try that again. I know my battery's got to be getting a little low, so let's try it one more time. Hey. Okay, all right. And I'm in safe. I'm in safe. So what's going on? Save it, baby. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry I didn't film that well. That was like the most out of control thing I've ever seen.
That was crazy.
And that's why we fly with AMA.
Yeah. You know what? Safe switch saved me that time.
Like I just zoomed out and just watched it with my own eyes because that looked insane.
I was just trying to see what happens when I throw the sticks like in a crazy direction.
You crash.
Yeah, so I don't want to do that again. I saved it though. Safe saved me from
my gosh.
pushing to do something wild.
I can't believe that.
That was pretty cool though, right?
Yeah. Took a minute for it to kick in because you were so out of control.
Yeah, I was like inverted and wild. I want to check my battery level because I'm pretty sure this has the type of telemetry on the radio if I remember right. I might be saying I might be wrong in that, but yeah, no, it does. So I have telemetry and I'm at 1 flashing light.
Out of 4.
Out of 4. And it's solid light now, so that's low enough. Let's put another battery in and just have some more fun. It's all about getting stick time, so let's do it. Throw hold is off. We're gonna take off in the safe again. Guys, what a person really wants to see when you're learning to fly an airplane, and I think the same applies to helicopters, is successful repetition. And repetition really does train muscle memory and how to react in a situation where you need to have a knee-jerk reaction. And you're going to have crashes while learning, always, especially if you're pushing yourself. So let's talk about what I just learned, and it's because of someone in the comments that told me what to look for and like how to try this maneuver. So what I've been doing is kicking it out of safe, doing a flip or a loop with throttle on, and then kicking safe back on. And you guys saw that was more of like a circle shape in the air, a bit of a loop, okay? What they told me to do was just simply throttle down as I maneuver my way through that loop. As I get upside down,
I'm sorry, I lost you.
Reverse that throttle.
Good tag.
It's okay, Abby.
Hold on. Sorry. Okay.
And so we should all be able to notice the difference in my maneuver here now. I'm going to go same deal. And you see how I didn't lose altitude, right? That was really cool. And I actually did not kick safe on. I'm still out of safe.
Good job.
I recovered that without using safe. I'm still out of safe. Kind of want to try to keep going into this without using safe yet. Let's just do a side loop out of safe and see if I can recover that. There we go. I've recovered that with no safe. That's
Good
still
job.
out of safe. Thank you.
Progress.
That's progress. Huge progress, really. I'm still out of safe. So let's try going. Getting a little wind and I'm feeling it, so I don't want to just push myself into a loop when I don't feel comfortable, but let's go sideways and back to orientation. I'm still recovering that myself without safe. Just the wind is affecting my flight. I've been lucky on everything I've shown you so far with almost no wind. and the wind is continually picking up. I knew it was coming. Okay, let's do a side loop again. And that was throttling down through that. Here's without throttling down through that. See how we go down a lot when we don't throttle down? That's a huge difference. So we're gonna do it lower, throttle down, and that is really cool. That is a big difference. Wow. Let's go sideways and do like a front loop again. Let's go. Level. Yeah, all this is not clicking safe on. There, that
looked good.
That's getting fun. This is getting fun. I'm doing something, right? Learning a little bit, progressing. I feel like I've progressed more in this flight than like any of my helicopter flights ever. Feels good, not kicking safe on. I'll tell you guys when safe does kick on. I'm trying to get it back over to us. I don't fly out of safe with helicopters this long, maybe ever. I understand what's going on. I'm keeping it within line of sight so that I have good orientation of the thing, right? I'm trying to plan ahead on what I want to do. Think about it before I do it. If the wind is affecting it, don't do it. Just wait. Think about what I want to do, and then do it. And if I need to, my fingers are on safe. I can kick it and save the helicopter, hopefully. Not always, but that's why I'm doing this stuff right here, and not lower. That's feeling good. Can I do
that
two?
One looks really good.
Thank you. I want to try two. I want to see how that goes.
2 mistakes then?
Well, let's see. Let's see. I'm going for 2, and then I'm going to lay down from my heart attack. So here we go.
Wow.
That was 3. That was 3. Wow.
I only saw 2.
I did 3. I just did 3 in a row. That was really cool.
Your buddy Ethan's got nothing on you.
Oh, Ethan. Abby didn't say that.
Just kidding.
I don't want to crash.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh, gosh. I'm ready for another tip, Ethan. What's the next thing? Okay, no. I need to do this 30 more times without crashing. 30 more batteries without crashing. There was 2. That was 2. I'm pretty close.
Sounds crazy.
It does. I like that. I like that. This is not anything I've ever been able to do, you guys. When we look at my telemetry, oh, I have 1 flashing battery. I'm going to land out of safe.
Alright.
I've had this without safe since I told you guys. Let's land it out of safe.
Easy. Ooh, stuck the landing.
Let's see here. Why am I not throttling down? Okay, well, apparently, even in the intermediate mode, there is some level of reverse
flying.
Yeah, so when I was throttling down, I was essentially giving it, that's why it was going up.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I didn't realize that.
Helicopters hurt my brain.
Me too, but we did it.
All right.
Wow, I needed this. This was good. This is going to become, for me, if I come up to the airfield here and we do like an airplane video, maybe we got the kids with us or something this day, and we're going to just hang out a little bit. This is going to be something that I also bring with me, at least 1 battery, and just try to do it. I don't get to fly off camera hardly ever. I'd say 90% of the flying that I have in my life, you guys see, if not more. But if there is a rare opportunity for me to throw something in the air, this is going to be it. I love that Eclipse 360 because it's pretty and it's cool, but this is it for teaching me to do some stuff, because I think the way Ethan described this, and it's a fair thing to say, is this is a great helicopter to learn some things on, but in his opinion, it's more like 50% the rates of some of the other stuff that he flies, maybe even compared to the Infusion that we just did. But I kind of need that. I don't need it to go super fast over. That was a really, really good rate for me to wrap my head around. And I don't think I've ever done these maneuvers on the flight sim or anything. And that's another thing I told Ethan. I said, Ethan, these flight sims, they're fine, and they're fun. They're great, especially to get you through the winter, but they just don't hold my attention the way real life does. I can get on there and hover around on the flight sim for a minute, and I just get bored really quickly. But this held my attention and it was a lot of fun. And I really wish I had more than, I only have 2 of these batteries right now, so I'm hoping to get a couple more really soon and keep putting packs through this helicopter because that was fun. I've done these flips on cheap, like Banggood $130 helicopters, but ultimately when I do it, I crash. I've never, not that that was smooth in any way, but for me it was smooth, and I'm pretty proud of those flips. I've never done those so smooth and repetitive without ultimately crashing. So this is like probably the most successful helicopter 2 flights I've ever had. I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful for the help. It'll be linked in the description box below, but also guys, AMA will be linked down there too, because this is way out of my comfort zone, like extremely out of my comfort zone. And I'm trying to push myself to learn more. Whether you're taking off flying for the first time ever on your airplane and you've got a trainer buddy box set up, you should have AMA when you're flying. Or you're trying to do inverted passes and scrape that vertical stabilizer down the runway, you need AMA. It's just an insurance program for those of us that enjoy the hobby of RC, and it comes with a lot of perks and benefits too. So we'll have them linked down there as well. And I'm going home today with my head held pretty high, pretty proud of these flights with this helicopter, and I'm very happy with that level of success for me. I know it was not much probably for most people to watch, but man, it feels good. It really does to be bringing this home in one piece, knowing that I had it inverted and stuff. Maybe down the road we'll try some inverted hovering or something. I don't know, but that's a good start to the year of helicopter flying for me. If you guys have any tips for helicopter flying, maybe the next thing that I should practice, let me know in the comments, because someone left that comment. I don't know if it was Ethan or if it was someone, a viewer, told me kind of how to do that flip without losing the altitude, and I put that to practice and it worked. So thank you to whoever that was. I just can't remember. I'd like to say a massive thanks to God too, because right now at this very hour it was supposed to be like 8 miles an hour of wind, and yes, we felt some small gusts there, maybe 4 or 5 miles an hour, but just for keeping the wind at bay long enough for me to do this video, for blessing us with this beautiful day, waking up today, and just everything in our lives, good and bad. I just want to say thank you, God, for those blessings. And one of those blessings, many of those blessings, are our Patreon supporters. You guys have been supporting our channel for years and years, a lot of you, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We couldn't do this channel, I couldn't stay motivated to get stuff out even after I've crashed one before, without your encouragement and your support. So it's very much a 2-way, 3-way, sometimes 4-way street, and we're very grateful for you. We thank you guys very much. I talked about the Eclipse 360 a couple times in this video, and that was probably a pretty recent video on the channel, but you may have missed it. And if you did, we'll have that video. It's very much worth your time checking out because it's a helicopter made of foam, which is crazy. We'll have that video popping up right about now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.
Bye!